Good evening, my brothers and sisters, and welcome to another episode of A Word with Pastor Webb. I'm your host, Pastor Webb, and we have a very, very special guest this evening. We have Dr. Henry Roberts from CDC, the Center of Disease and Control. Please help me to celebrate my friend and brother, Dr. Roberts. How you doing, Doc?
What's up, my brother?
How you doing? How you doing?
I'm doing great. It's been a minute.
And it's been a minute. Yes.
It took us a long time to connect.
Yes, sir.
And so you understand I'm in civil service.
Yes.
And there's a heightened sensitivity anytime you say media. That's going to be an issue.
Yeah.
And so it took me a while to get all the approvals. I got everyone to sign off on it, and I'm here.
I appreciate it, Doc.
I drove in from Atlanta.
Okay.
And I'm ready to go ahead and get rolling.
All right. So how's the drive?
Everything was good, man. Everything. You know, I lived here 7 years.
Okay.
I was just driving, reminiscing.
Yes, sir.
About my time here in Tampa.
Okay. Well, we'd like to prolong the time. What's your story? Tell me how you grew up.
Thank you. Well, as you stated, I am Dr. Henry Roberts. I'm a statistician with the United States Centers for Disease Control and Prevention.
Okay.
Out of Atlanta.
Okay.
By way of Miami Overtown. Shout out to Rainbow Village.
The dirty South.
Ricky Rose would say the 305, the MIA. Yeah. Okay. So when people see me, they don't see all of that.
They don't see all that,
They don't know the process that it took.
Okay.
Yeah. But Pastor Webb, I can say that I have fond memories.
Okay.
Growing up in Miami.
Okay.
So I had loving parents. Now, I grew up in the housing projects. So we didn't have much, but that's all right.
That's all right.
Nobody had much.
Amen.
Anything I wanted to do, I had full support of my parents.
Okay.
So from scouting, Cub Scout, Boy Scout.
Okay.
I was even a member of the Army National Guard Junior Explorer Program.
Wow.
Athletics.
Wow.
I was decent. I was okay.
Yeah.
So you name it, football, basketball, track, even softball.
Right.
I was okay.
Amen.
Music was a big part of my upbringing.
Trumpet, right?
Trombone. I was the most dedicated musician in all of Miami-Dade.
Yes.
I played trombone for Robert E. Lee Junior High School.
Okay.
And also Miami-Jackson Senior High School.
Okay.
The Mighty Generals.
Yeah.
And so in Miami, for those who don't understand, we didn't have a bugle corps.
Okay.
Type band.
Right.
So the bands in Miami were formulated more like behind Florida A&M and BCC,
right.
BCU.
Okay.
Quick step, dancing, very competitive.
Right.
Yeah. Academics, I was always at home. My friends knew that was just Henry.
Right.
Now, I could be acting silly for a second with my friends.
Right.
When the teacher walked into the classroom to get their attention,
right.
I always made straight A's.
Right.
Conduct,
right.
Always.
Right.
Always very disciplined.
Right.
Teacher wanted volunteers. We say, we need somebody to read. I can do that.
So you're the teacher's pet?
No, it was just in me. It was my personality.
Okay.
I wasn't playing the teacher up.
Okay.
That was just in me.
Okay.
We need somebody to put problem number 5 on the board.
That was you.
I can do that. Announcements would go out in the PA.
Okay.
We need somebody to run for class president. So looking around, I'm representing Miami Overtown.
Yes, sir.
I could run. So that was a big part of me.
Amen.
Academics always came easy to me.
Right.
Always had a passion for mathematics.
Okay.
I was blessed. I had 2 years. Now this is, mind you, this is the inner city.
Right.
I had 2 years of AP calculus. Advanced placement calculus, my junior year and senior year of high school.
Right.
I had 1 year of AP physics my senior year.
In high school?
In high school.
Wow.
I didn't realize it, but I was already on a path.
Right.
Already on a path to pursue some type of career.
Right.
In mathematics, computer science, statistics, engineering.
Coming from the projects?
From the projects.
My Jesus.
Just naive.
Yeah.
I just had a dream.
Yes, sir.
I'd like to be an engineer.
Yeah.
I didn't have a conversation with my parents to explain, so, okay, this is how we're going to get this finance. I just had a dream.
Amen.
And say, if you give me a chance to compete, I can compete with the best of them.
I love it. I love it.
Graduated high school in 1985.
Okay.
I only applied to one college.
What's the college?
Bethune-Cookman
You
College at the time.
better say it. You better say it.
Wildcat.
Yes.
I knew I wanted to be a BCC Wildcat.
Right.
Got a partial scholarship to be in the band.
Right.
Under the direction of Mr. Harold Bray.
Right.
And just had a great time with my band brothers.
Right.
We tangled. You know this.
Yes,
we had
yes.
to tangle with the 100.
Yes.
We weren't marching 300 members in the 1980s.
No.
Yeah, but that was serious business.
Right.
1987,
Yeah.
I pledged the coldest fraternity in the land. Right?
Yes, sir.
The Boys in Black.
Yes, sir.
Men of Distinction.
Yes, sir.
The Soul Stepping Brothers
Colorado.
of A5A. Pledged my good brother here.
Yes, you did.
1988.
Yes, sir.
7 Laws of Discipline.
That's it.
And I'm going to say it. One of the best lines to come through,
Yes.
Delta Beta.
Amen.
So we all graduated in 1989,
Right.
right? And no one told me that, hey, you know what? You would probably not be able to get all your brothers back together,
Right.
right?
Right.
And so that's naive. So that's been like over 37 years.
Right.
And I miss all my brothers.
Amen.
All my alpha brothers.
Right.
I missed them. So we went off to do our own thing. You know, I enrolled at University of Central Florida.
Right.
1990.
Right.
The only African American student in that master's program in mathematical science.
Right.
It was a blessing on one hand,
Right.
because UCF was only about an hour away from Daytona,
Wow.
from Bethune-Cookman.
That's right.
And Pastor Webb, I was naive, just 21 years old. I was going to save the world.
Right.
I'm going to get my master's degree, become a millionaire, go back to Miami, be a politician, save the whole black community.
Yeah.
Right. First test, you know what happened?
Whatever.
F.
What?
F, I failed the first test.
Right.
And so that night, it's like I had my whole life
Uh-huh.
flashed in front of me. And I was just sitting, say, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? It came to me, right? Just be obedient. It came to me.
Right.
I don't care if I got to go to every graduate school in America.
Wow.
I'm going to get that master's degree.
Right.
And I had to take a different approach. I brought in some poor study habits. I'm just sharing this.
Right.
I brought in some poor study habits of my undergraduate years, trying to outthink, outguess
Right.
the professor.
Right.
And that was the wrong approach.
Right.
It never happened again.
Right.
So for every exam, I had to over-prepare.
Right.
If the professor took time to mention it in the lecture, or perhaps assign it as an assignment,
Right.
then I knew it was fair game.
Right.
Fast forward 1991, I graduated with a master's degree in mathematical science. So we back to being a millionaire.
Right.
Still naive, still naive, right?
Yeah.
I didn't realize that I still wasn't quite ready to pursue a career in the private sector. I wasn't a computer scientist.
Right.
I wasn't a statistician. I wasn't an engineer. I had a general knowledge of applied mathematics and theoretical mathematics.
Right.
All right. I called Dr. Bronson's office, president of Bethune-Cookman College.
Yes.
He had told me on several occasions that, Doc, we need you to come back. I called his office. He had his secretary to call me back, send the resume. Within 2 weeks, I was teaching at Bethune-Cookman.
Wow.
And I did that for 2 years.
Right.
So we fast forward to 1993. Dr. Bronson sent for me. So at this time, I was an instructor of mathematics
Right.
in the general studies
Right.
division. Dr. Bronson sent for me. Somebody came to my office and said, hey, Dr. Bronson wants you to attend this meeting. Dr. Ike Tribble.
Right.
Dr. Ike Tribble, former vice president of Bethune-Cookman. At that time, he was the president of the Florida McKnight Foundation. issued scholarship money, McKnight Fellowship,
Right.
targeting African Americans.
Right.
I met with Dr. Tribble, and I was just informing him, because this time I was just kind of dischanted a little bit.
Right. Right.
I said, I have my master's, I'm teaching, but I want to pursue my PhD. I sent my application out to several universities. Reject, reject, reject.
Right.
Denied, denied, denied.
Right.
And so at this point, I don't know what to do. I'm 24 years old. The advice that he shared with me, I'm going to share with your audience. You have to go sell yourself. You have to go let them put a face and a personality
Right.
with that resume, with that application.
Right.
All right. I contacted the University of South Florida because UCF didn't have a PhD program at this time
Right.
in mathematics.
Right.
I met with Dr. Mansell.
Right.
Dr. Mansell,
Right.
this is 1993. Dr. Mansell was the chair of the graduate studies program.
Right.
He said he didn't understand. He didn't understand why I had been rejected from those other mathematical programs. But know this, these are his words. The University of South Florida had plenty of money. You understand that? Had plenty of money.
Money. Right.
And if you get
Right.
accepted, we can put forth a financial packet together that will compete with anyone. So I'm gonna change vernacular. From the get-go, from the get-go,
From the get-go.
that was different.
Yeah.
I knew USF was committed, right here in Tampa,
Right.
was committed to black excellence.
Right. Right.
So when our meeting ended, I told Dr. Mansell I was going to head over to the mathematics department because I wanted to meet with faculty members.
Right.
He wouldn't even let me walk to the department. He had his assistant, Mr. Rod Hale, to drive me over.
Right.
I get over to the program, met with a couple of faculty members, explained to them that I already had my master's degree, but I was going to transition
Right.
from applied mathematics to statistics because at the time I wanted to be an actuary.
Okay. Okay.
So I was leaving behind differential equations,
Right.
solving differential equations using what we call Lie groups.
Right. Right.
And I wanted to make sure that I could analyze, do quantitative analysis.
Right. Right.
I didn't realize it, right? I didn't realize that I was speaking with two members of the graduate committee.
Right. Right.
Access.
Right. Yeah.
Sometimes we just need access.
Right. Right. Right.
Holding the conversation with those two faculty members, I had access. They were evaluating me.
Right.
They took me to lunch, treated me like I was a star athlete. I remember leaving there that day.
Yeah.
I said, I think I'm gonna get in. So I told my wife, I said, I think I'm going to get accepted. All right, so I got accepted. And I want to share this. People don't realize that the PhD program in mathematics is one of the longest programs that you can be a part of. On average, it takes about 5.5 years
Wow.
to earn a PhD in mathematics, your doctorate of philosophy, 5.5 years. This is after you've earned your undergraduate degree. It took me 7 years. I had a family, had a wife,
Right. Right.
kids,
Right. Right.
working part-time as a statistician, and also had my teaching obligations on campus. The big thing that I want people to understand and to understand the dynamics of this PhD program, Doctorate in Philosophy, you are asking, you are at the door, you're knocking that you want to be elevated to the highest level of scholarly work. It is almost like another fraternity. Somebody on the inside will have to say, I believe in that young man, let's allow him to compete. You understand that?
Right.
And throughout the whole process of being in the PhD program, and people will tell you, it's like you're walking on eggshells.
Right.
Any misstep, now this is beyond your talent.
Right.
Any misstep can doom your candidacy
Right.
to earn your PhD, and they can stop you. And I just want to make sure that the listening audience understand. If they want to stop you, they can stop you. You have your core classes, you have your concentration,
Right.
those courses.
Right.
You also have your qualifying exams. In mathematics, you need to pass 3 qualifying exams at the PhD level,
Right.
not the master's level. You pass one of those exams at the master's level, you're done.
Okay.
You can earn a master's degree.
Right. Okay.
And then you have your research. Your research takes another 2 to 3
Right.
years.
So let me jump right in. So
Sure.
so you was the first African American to finish a PhD in mathematics at USF.
I was the first African American to have a PhD degree conferred
Okay.
from the University of South Florida in mathematics.
But how did it make you feel?
I'm humble. I'm humble. It's not lost on me that a whole lot of events had to line up
Right.
just for me to be able to be in that position
Okay.
to
Okay.
compete.
Okay.
I'm also aware that I have an obligation.
Right.
I have an obligation to make sure that for those brothers and sisters who are traveling down the same path,
Right. Right.
that I am helping to guide them,
Right. Right.
helping to mentor them.
Right. Right.
Yeah, so it is a huge obligation.
All right. Real quick, give me 3 words that's best describe Dr. Roberts. 3 words.
Well, if you call me anything, I want you to call me intelligent.
Okay. I got you.
I'm intelligent. I am a family guy.
Family guy. Okay.
It is rare for you to see me and you don't see my family.
Amen.
Or if I'm not somehow including my family. If you invite me, automatically you just invited my entire family.
Amen. Amen.
Yeah. And I would say I'm also, they call me the serious guy. They say, yeah, we know Henry Roberts.
The serious guy.
The serious guy. Yeah.
Okay.
So those are the 3 words.
Those 3. So intelligent, family guy, and serious guy.
Serious.
Now tell me about your profession. What do you do right now? And what's your current profession?
Well-
And why did you go into your current profession?
Well, I have a few jobs. You know, I keep 1 to 2 jobs.
Yeah.
My primary job, I'm a statistician for the CDC.
Okay.
So I've been employed with the CDC for 22 years.
Now explain that. CDC means statistician.
Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. It is the premier public health agency in the United States.
So your role as a statistician, you does what?
So my role is to help the agency to track and monitor viral hepatitis infection rates in the United States.
All right.
So more specifically, I use statistical methodologies to describe the risk that populations may have of contracting viral hepatitis A, B, or C.
Okay.
I also use those methodologies to describe for those people who are living with the virus, I characterize those populations by certain characteristics. And then for those individuals who develop what we call a chronic infection, I characterize the treatment that those persons who are eligible to be treated, I characterize the treatment that they receive. And they're treated with what we call antiviral medications or direct acting agents.
Right. So if a virus would come, you can pretty much determine it, how many would get it. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so the way it works is the CDC, we have a network of surveillance systems.
Okay.
So our external partners, our public health departments, our local, our county health departments, they are collecting data. They have boots on the ground.
Okay. Okay.
They're collecting data
Okay.
daily.
Daily. Okay.
They transmit those data
Okay.
to the CDC. And then so my department, the Division of Viral Hepatitis, we have access to those what we call confirmed cases
Okay. Okay.
of viral hepatitis.
Okay. 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 And you said you had another job.
Yeah, I've taught
Okay.
for the last 25 years. I've taught as an adjunct professor.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
So on the side, I do teaching. I've taught at most of the universities around Metro Atlanta.
Okay.
So I've done adjunct work for Morehouse College, Morehouse School of Medicine,
Okay.
Most recently, Mercer University, I developed a graduate course in biostatistics and biostatistics.
Not Jesus.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I developed a course in pre-calculus
Okay.
for Gordon State College.
So you real quick, you just name all the math course you took in your life. Algebra, go through them real quick.
So many. On the undergraduate level, there's obviously calculus 1, 2, 3,
Okay.
advanced calculus, differential equations. There's statistics, probability theory. At the graduate level, there's stochastic processes.
And explain that right now.
Stochastic processes is a course where you're characterizing events as it relates to time, the time that the event occurred.
Okay.
Yeah. Then there's multivariate statistical analysis, categorical data analysis, time series analysis. Just several courses off the top of my head. Yeah. Pastor Webb, I was again naive. I got so to the point I had to say enough courses. Let me graduate.
Wow.
It was taking so long for me to graduate to finish up my PhD. I said, let me get focused on my research.
Right.
But I'm a scholastic person, so I love just learning, being in that environment.
Right.
And so I've had exposure to a vast amount of different advanced courses in mathematics.
I see, Doc. Now, what are some of the pressures and challenges that come along with your profession? The stress, pressure, challenges that come along with being.
Well, there's pressure at the CDC.
Right.
We work in what we call multidiscipline teams.
Okay.
So a research team could consist of a medical officer, medical doctor, statistician, epidemiologist, and maybe a coordinator.
Go back to the epidemiologist.
Epidemiologist.
That's what?
Those are the individuals that should have a strong command of the epidemiology, the understanding of the history of these conditions, these viruses.
Okay.
And so we lean on them heavily because they should be well up to date on the literature.
Okay.
And so when conducting research, you have to have a niche. You're adding something to the body of literature that's not there.
Okay.
And it has to be consistent with your strategic plans.
Okay. So if I was a young guy from Polk County and I want to go into your profession, what would you tell me? What advice?
Okay, so the first thing I would tell you is take your time.
Okay.
Don't be in a hurry.
Okay.
Right? If you're young, you're in high school, you're in college, enjoy yourself.
Okay.
Take care of business.
Take care of business.
You know me.
Yes.
I had enough fun for 2 or 3 people. You know that.
Yes, sir.
But I took care of business.
Okay.
All of the pressures in the world, motherhood, fatherhood, right? Mortgages.
Yes.
Student loan payments.
Yes.
Car loans. They're all waiting on you.
Yeah.
They're waiting. Just take your time.
Take your time.
Enjoy yourself. You need a plan. And I think the best advice I can give you would be to make sure you reach out to a practitioner. Someone has actually done it.
Right.
And so they can give you advice. You have to just kind of explain, what route are you thinking about? You want to go DOD, Department of Defense? You want to go private sector, pharmaceutical corporations? You want to conduct clinical trials? You want to be in civil service? You need to speak with a practitioner in that industry.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Now, I know you a scholar, but what are some of the hobbies you do? What do you like to do for fun?
I don't have traditional hobbies.
Give me a hobby. Now you got something going on.
I still work out.
I see you flexing over.
I still work out.
I see you flexing.
I still lift weights. I do cardio.
Right.
These days, Lisa and I are now empty nesters.
Okay.
So our kids are grown.
Okay.
It's kind of weird.
Right.
Being in the house. The house is quiet.
Wow.
And so we have more date nights.
Date nights. Okay. I got you.
So we go to concerts. We travel. We're just kind of enjoying ourselves.
Okay.
And so now we're trying to keep up with the kids.
I hear you there. So if you had one wish, what would that be? Just one wish.
One wish. I would, I'm a deep analytical thinker.
Yeah, I know you are, Doc.
I would like to perhaps meet ancestors.
Okay. Okay.
And so we're going back generations.
Yeah,
I've
way
not
back.
met some of my grandparents.
Wow.
So obviously I haven't met my great-grandparents.
Okay.
I would like, if I had one wish, just meet the ancestors, just to let them know it's going to be all right.
Right. Right.
And thank them.
Amen.
Because I'm standing on their shoulders.
Amen. Amen.
I want to thank them for not giving up.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
All of those ancestors somehow, some way invested into me
Okay.
so that I could be the man that I am.
Yes, sir. I appreciate that, Doc. Now, what are some of the early mistakes you made in life that you had to overcome?
I've made a lot of them.
you just give me one or two. Don't give me all.
Okay. And I've just had this conversation with my son. So my son is 21 years old. He's a junior. He's an alpha, Delta Beta man at Bethune-Cookman University. Don't get distracted.
Amen. Amen.
If you're on that college campus, you got to remember
Why you there?
what's the purpose.
Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord.
So after I made alpha, I think I got a little distracted.
Right. Right.
And I had to pay for that. In order for me to get admitted, and I'm just sharing this.
Right.
In order for me to get admitted to UCF, I had to go through a provisional program.
Wow.
I had to go prove myself.
Right.
I could not depend on my GPA. I could not depend on my GRE score. I had to prove myself. So I had to take those graduate level courses and maintain at least a 3.0. I knew I could do it.
Right.
But I was just grateful that the opportunity was there.
Amen. Amen. So don't get distracted.
Don't get distracted.
Wow. 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 Okay. What are the one thing that some may know and others may not know about you? Well, what's the secret?
Most people won't know I have a wild side. You know.
Yeah, I know. You know I know.
If I get some of that alpha punch in me,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I can still get it.
I hear you, boy. I hear you. I hear you. Well, what is the biggest fear or biggest loss? Your biggest fear, biggest loss.
Okay, so biggest loss first would be my parents.
Okay.
So
So you both parents?
yes.
Oh, I thought your dad.
No.
Oh man.
No. So my parents, I saw the changes.
Okay.
The changes in their mental capacity and
Right.
physical capacity.
Right. Right.
I finally was able to get them to agree
Okay.
to move back to Atlanta
Amen.
to live with me and my family.
Right. Right.
And my mom was worried, said it was too much. I said, Mom, don't worry about it. I got it.
Mm.
I understand what's happening here.
Amen.
I understand that.
Amen.
I got it.
Amen.
So it was difficult being the caregiver of both my parents.
Wow. Yeah.
My mom passed in 17, then of course my dad
Yeah.
passed in 2020.
Right. Wow.
But I thank God that I had the means to do it,
Amen.
and I was able to spend that time, quality time,
Amen.
with my parents.
Amen. Amen.
Biggest fear, me leaving here with unfinished business.
Amen. Amen.
Yeah, there's things that I want to do. I shared some of this earlier. I made a promise to Dr. Bronson that I wanted to go back to Bethune-Cookman and establish a statistics program.
Right.
So I'm up for retirement from the CDC in about 5 years. I am seriously thinking about not only going back into academia full time,
Right.
but going back to Bethune-Cookman.
Right. Right.
Yeah. So I pray to God that I can do those things.
But let me go on record. I'll be done in school in 4.5
Well,
years.
you come on.
If my wife is okay, I go back. I come part time.
Okay.
Yeah, I go with you.
Good.
We'll go together.
Good.
All right. What are you most proud of?
I'm most proud of my family. I'm just a softie like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pastor Webb, I can tell a lot about a man when I observe his family.
Boy, you preaching now. You preaching.
understand that?
You preaching.
When I look at his wife, I want to know, is she happy?
Amen.
How is she looking?
Mm.
I'm looking at the kids.
Wow.
What are they doing with their lives?
Amen.
Right? How do they respond to him? Do they respect him?
Mm.
So knock on wood, I am proud of my family. My wife has a very successful law practice.
Right. Right.
All of my kids are educated, and they are coming into their own.
Amen. Amen.
Yes.
Family man. I
God
like
is-
that.
God
Doc.
is
I
good.
love it. I love it, Doc. If you could trade places with one person, who would that be?
I would probably say, I know Oprah's a female.
Right.
I would probably say Oprah.
Yeah, okay.
She's a good-hearted person.
Why? Why? Because she's good-hearted?
She's good-hearted. She's benevolent.
Amen.
She doesn't mind letting people know she loves our people.
Okay. Amen.
And I would just like to, from her lens, just view what she does, follow her.
Okay.
What she does on a day-to-day basis.
Okay.
Yeah, for one day.
One day.
Yes.
One day. Well, how has God played a role in your success?
Everything.
Okay.
Only there I go by the grace of God.
Amen. Amen.
I'm only here. My dad, I'm a PK.
Right.
I'm a preacher's kid.
Right.
My dad would say, I'm a gift.
Amen.
And I do see that somewhat. My parents are a gift to me as well.
Right.
They played a role in what I'm doing. And everything that I've done whenever my back is against the wall,
Mama.
right? Men, we can only do so much.
Right.
It seems like God would always bring an angel. Someone would come by and invest in me, invest in my family to help me.
Amen.
I didn't have a whole lot of money.
Amen.
Many times I didn't even ask.
Right.
Somehow they knew that I needed help. And that has happened to me time and time again. And that's only by the grace of God.
Grace of God.
Yes.
My. Two closing questions. And any closing words you'd like to leave with my listening audience? Any profound statements?
Well, I wouldn't call it profound. I want to give advice.
Right.
So if we have young people that have an interest in pursuing a career in mathematics or statistics, I want to tell them you need a plan.
Amen.
Right? I shared with you today some of my exposures. So your plan has to start early.
Early.
You don't just show up on that campus and
Amen.
say, yeah, I think I want to be a rocket scientist. That starts in high school, middle school.
Right.
And be disciplined.
Amen.
Have fun,
Amen.
right?
Right.
But you can't just talk about it.
Amen.
You got to walk that walk.
Amen.
You got to get that work done,
Amen.
right?
Yes.
You can't fool everybody.
Amen.
Yeah? And then I want to say be obedient. I hear you say that on Sundays.
Right.
Be obedient to God.
Amen.
And there are times that I have to make a profound decision on something.
Amen.
You got to get still.
Amen.
You got to pray about it. You got to meditate. Sometimes my wife may come back and she may say, what? I said, not yet. I'm still working on it. I'm still thinking. Be obedient. And then it'll come to you. Whatever it is that you're supposed to do and how you're supposed to do it,
Amen.
it'll come to you.
Amen. 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 Last question. What is the best talk show in the land?
The best talk show in the land. A Word with Pastor Webb.
Amen. God bless you, brother. Glad you was able to come on the show finally.
I did it.
Amen. And
Thank
to my
you.
audience, may God bless you real good.